had a lot of things that it froze up over the winter time. We've had a lot of water problems this winter because it's been so cold and really not a lot of snow to cover the ground. Bike path, we'll probably plow it if it hasn't melted out around the 10th of May. Road signs we do all the time, and grading and shouldering roads. This summer, we also have some projects that we didn't need to finish from last year, and some new work too. U.S. Forest Service Schedule A roads, we have a bunch of roads that we grade for them, and we get paid for them through HUTF funds, so it adds to our mileage. We also have, the last couple of years, been working on a few annual projects. This year, we need to deliver road base to the parking lots or the accesses at Turquoise Lake. It's approximately 2,000 tons. And then the big project for the summer is going to be County Road 11 and Forest Service 110, which is Half Moon Road. They're going to widen that road, take out a bunch of trees alongside of the road, and then they want us to deliver 14,000 tons of Class 4 road base and grade it. That includes, they're going to pay the county to put it on our own part of the road too, so we're going to get the advantage of that material on our roads too out there, our section of that road. Then Fire Station 2 dirt work. We're actually started that right now. We're starting to backfill the foundation. We still need to dig the septic system for others to install and do the site grading for the asphalt. And I do have a question. Are you doing the asphalt right away, or are we doing dirt to grade?
So initially the original plan was we were only going to do it right in front of the base section.
Okay, I need to just know that so I know what to tell the guys to grade for.
Okay.
Okay.
Do the asphalt later, but that maybe we can bring that up in a meeting on Tuesday to see where we're at with that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe the commissioner knows whether that was budgeted for or not.
Okay. And we can circle back to that later.
Hey, Michael.
Yeah.
Hey, would you do the present mode on here so that it's bigger? I think you click the one to the left of that. No, well, no, yeah, that one. No.
Nope, that's a magnifier.
No, the projector looking screen thing. I think that might be it. Black or unblack side shot. Never mind. Sorry. Display settings at the top. Maybe that. There you go.
That
Now
works.
it's full screen. Yep.
All right. I just
Sorry
messed up my screen, but that's okay. We'll deal with it.
Oh, well then go back.
No, we're good. We're good. So then we also have to add a County Road 9. This is the bridge that we installed last summer. We need to finish the Jersey barriers and the fence. We need to bring the fence back to it. They didn't get done because our Jersey barrier supplier did not have the barriers ready to go. County 5A bridge, Lake Fork Creek, we've been talking about it. We don't know if the funding is going to be available this year or not. Probably put it off till next year, along with County 21 bridge, which is East Tennessee Creek, which also goes to Home Stake Trout Club. We've got some culvert problems there. They're rotten and we need to get those worked on, either replaced or put in a bridge. And probably this summer, we've got it temporarily patched right now with some flow fill, but that's not going to solve the problem.
Mike, I got a question about that one, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
I had a conversation yesterday with the manager out there, and they're looking at widening those roads, those mitigation efforts as they normally do
Okay.
CDOT, with that, cattle break. That's right there, the cattle guard. Have you been in contact with somebody? Do I need to get in contact with somebody about them widening that as well? And, you know, it's right at that entryway.
Yeah, I think that, I'm not sure if that's a county or a state one, so we'll have to figure that out.
Okay.
If the county owns it, we can widen it.
All right.
If the state does, then we gotta ask them to do it, but it's right on their right of way fence line, so it could be there. And I'm not sure if they run cows up there or not still. I don't know if that's fenced off, so. I know they do on Escondido Flats, on the ranch. So,
Well, if, I'll keep you in the loop as that moves forward.
all right, and I'll find out what I can too, you know, from my contacts at CDOT. The South Mount, moving on, the South Mount Albert Trailhead Dairy 3 ditch. We need to build some screening around the inlet to protect beaver protection for the county. So they don't block it off, and that's going to be an ongoing thing from now on to make sure that that stays open and is protected. Finished parking lot that we started last year. It was part of our agreement to go up and put in that dairy ditch diversion, and so we need to finish that. Just the weather last year made it so we couldn't get up on the mountain anymore. County Road 11, Lake Fork Creek crossing. We have one of the head walls is falling off of the outlet side of that bridge or culvert. I'm not sure what you call it. It's actually two culverts, but it's got head walls on it, so it could be a bridge. County Road 7, we got some drainage issues coming out of Empire Gulch that the water for some reason changed course and it's not in its normal stream bed, so it's running to a culvert that keeps freezing every year and it's not big enough to handle the water. Wayward Signs, I guess Amber at Recreation has got some signs on the way, kind of like the city has done downtown. There should be one at the going at the airport road, at Dutch Henry, and somewhere around the aquatic center. We're still working on the exact locations. Cribbing removal on County Road 2, that's kind of, you can see in the picture what that's about. That it's not this cribbing, it's just behind this picture a little bit behind where that sign is, but it's about ready to fall onto County Road 2, and we've been working with Newmont to get this knocked down and kind of graded out so that it doesn't cross the ditch and come onto County Road 2 at the same time, and that's why this picture is in there. This area right here is kind of sloughing off of the bike path. But if we can push dirt from the cribbing area into this area to hopefully hold that up, that's one of the options that we're looking at for that particular place. It's a really steep bank there, and they just finished putting a new bridge in there because there's a void underneath the bike path. And it's protected now with that bridge. It's like 12-foot by 50-foot bridge up there. Colorado Department of Reclamation, Mining and Safety put it in last year. Moving on, County Crusher, Airport Pit, make Class 4 road base for the Forest Service projects and Class 6 road base for the county roads, and anything else that we need that for. That gets used a lot all over the county. Paving or chip seal, County Road 9 and 99 are falling apart, and we're looking at doing either making just repairs to it or doing an overlay. And the same with County Road 10, except for they do not fall in the plan right away, and the commissioners will have a presentation on the inspection that was completed last year and of all of the county paved roads and their conditions. And those roads actually don't fall on it because they're bad roads. And I say that because when we go to classes, they say we need to protect our good roads or keep our good roads good, and then bring the bad roads back into good condition. Mag chloriding this year, we're looking at County Road 7, 48, 31, which goes to the concrete plant, and 91B, which goes to Village at East Fork. That's the one, that's what I know it as. It's like Mountain View Estates or something now. By the LMB Leadville Mine Drainage Tunnel. We've obviously got service requests that we handle all the time, even when we're doing all this other work. The new gun range has asked, meaning the gun club, has asked us to do some dozer work up there if we could. I haven't seen what they're requesting, so I haven't really given them an answer. And then there's a new trail that goes underneath the bridge at Hayden Meadows. I think that just got final approval from CDOT to be able to build that project. Landfill projects. Really quick, does anybody have any questions on the road and bridge stuff? I know I'm going to have a question and answer session at the end, but if anybody has any questions while it's still in your mind.
How do you have the time?
I know. Moving on then, landfill projects that require equipment from road and bridge, basically. Replacing the recycling tent. They need the genie lift to do that. I don't know if everybody knows, but that tent blew away last year. So we need to put up the e-recycling tent and doing some concrete work on that. Move the solar box. Oh, the electric box to the new building. We need to do some digging underground to move the electrical wiring over there. We need to remove the old office or the old gate shack up there. Redoing the parking area up in front by the recycling center. There's road base and some minor equipment. Remove an old culvert and put in a new culvert, working on the stormwater drainage system to get it going to the right directions. Runoff tie into the new ditch system and redefine existing ditches. Dig ditch by South Shed. Oh, that's a water run on to keep water from running onto the landfill to keep it clean. Redefine the two ditch system. Not everybody knows we have a two ditch system. One ditch is a clean water ditch that never touches anything in the landfill. And then we have the second ditch, which runs off of the landfill and into our sediment pond, and which collects all that water. We have to raise the sediment pond 2 foot all the way around it because of the expansions that we have done and are looking to do to be able to catch all that extra water that will accumulate in that ditch. Redo e-cycling loading dock. It's kind of fallen down. It's just the dirt, the road base is pushing it behind. It's not a permanent structure. It's just some stacked concrete blocks that make that loading dock. Road base and equipment area. That equipment area that you see right there, it's pretty rough. It gets really muddy when the equipment's running over it. So that would help stabilize that area. And road base. Moving on to maintenance projects. So of course, they obviously have things that they continue to do every year. In the parks, mowing, general maintenance, ball fields, mowing, outfields, grading the infields. And do you need to do that this summer?
Yes, I'm gonna have to have somebody from Road and Bridge.
Okay, so you need a grader out there?
Right, yeah.
All right, so yeah, we'll get with you to do that. Turn the sprinkler systems on, make sure they're all working for the summer. And fix anything in the buildings at the ballparks before
Yeah,
the season start or they start using them.
Yeah.
6th Street Gym, just general maintenance and continued maintenance on it. And then any events that we have, any setup or tear down that they have to do for those events, like the 100-mile races and set up the power and stuff for those things.
Yeah.
Also, if I'm talking fast, let me know. I can try to slow down. Maintenance is using our PubWorks program now to do service requests, which is working very well. I can keep an eye on what's getting done and what's not. Same as road and bridge and landfill, some requests you get. So also we're looking at installing either or options to install vault toilets at Kendrick Park. It now has a restroom, but it does not have running water to supply that restroom, so that the doors are locked on that. And we're not sure what the status is of the septic system for that. So that's one of the reasons for a vault toilet. Also at Dutch Henry, there's nothing. We keep leasing portalets for these facilities, and it gets quite expensive. Pump out our existing vault toilets twice a year. We have vault toilets several locations in the county, like the motocross track, but I think they take care of that. But the gun range, County Road 55, Hayden Meadows, snowmobile parking lot, or Leadville Junction parking lot. But right now, the ones like at Leadville Junction are closed and locked because they were frozen and they cannot get pumped in the wintertime. They were full and they cannot get pumped in the wintertime because they're frozen. Some of maintenance's projects this summer, we're looking at painting the all-purpose court, which is also the ice rink. Need to paint it a neutral color so the sun doesn't melt the ice out. And a lot of that's chipping off of there right now, so we need to get that done. We're looking at restriping the courthouse parking lot. Hasn't been done for a while, and I don't know if you've tried to park in the north parking lot lately, but everybody parks wherever they want. And there's a lot of times it's right in the middle of the road. Repairs of the sheriff's parking lot when we're doing asphalting or doing hot patch this summer, so that we can get it painted also and defined. And repairs of the fences at Ice Palace Park, Community Park, and if we can, Evergreen Cemetery along 10th Street extension. We usually maintain that, so. And finally, the airport. We're continuing tree removal for the heliport or helipads that have to move out of the way of the runway. So that's going to continue this summer. We might open that up for the public to cut trees this summer, just so that we can get that advanced quite a bit. I will let you know for sure as things get closer. Work with the airport and the CIP. The CIP is the construction improvement projects for the airport, and look at the future plans that might need road and bridge to help with. Currently, the next plan next year is looking at infrastructure, installing or bringing three-phase electric power to the airport. Sanitary sewer. The airport is on a septic system currently, and it is maxed out with the last hangar that was just built there last summer. So our next option is another septic system somewheres, or bringing everything in and tapping into sanitation, the sanitation plant, which is just at the bottom of the hill, and bringing in a natural gas line to the airport. Right now, it runs basically on propane, which is quite expensive, and the price, at least the county's price, doesn't fluctuate like everybody else does, but we could be in a place where that could happen again if oil prices change a lot. Repairs to the fence where the jet crashed through it this last winter. The state would like us to install a wildlife exit to keep wildlife out of the airport ground, or if they get in, they have a way to get out. And you've seen all those along all the highways in Colorado. They're putting them basically everywhere. And that's it. If anybody has any questions, comments, or requests.
What's your plan for the South Trailhead for Albert as far as like signage and stuff? Because with
Half Moon closed.
That'll be the Forest Service,
Okay,
and they'll get it all up when we get that done.
because that might be a nightmare.
It kind of is. Kind of was last summer.
Yeah. roads are closed.
Right, so the south.
Yeah, South Trail is gonna
Just
get
gonna be-
inundated with people.
And I don't know how long Half Moon Road's gonna be closed, so they're gonna probably push us to get it done pretty quick.
When is
And
Half Moon
and all
Road?
those campers are gonna go somewhere else. So,
So now they're out in the woods.
yeah, that's. gonna
And
be,
we were notified by
disaster also.
the motocross track that people are camping back there where they shouldn't be. Back in the woods.
So I haven't heard any questions. Nobody has any questions? Comments?
Michael, thank you very much. That was a great presentation. We appreciate it. I don't think I have any questions. The funding for 5A and the culverts and planning for that has changed to have to develop applications to the trustees. So like you said, I think we can push off that actual work and work on the planning and application for that funding through this year. And then maybe just I had a small request that came to me last year about placing small boulders as to use as seats or like rest spots along the mineral belt from Harrison to James. And I thought that might be relatively simple to get done. So small one, not super urgent. Wonder if you might add that to the list. Thanks.
Okay.
Sarah, this is Amber. Who made that request?
It was one of the residents down on Harrison. It was an older woman who just said it would be nice to have a spot to just even lean up against something. And
Box or something.
she didn't even ask for benches. I mean, we could put benches in too.
Yeah,
But-
I'd love to talk about that with the Mineral Belt Trail Committee before we put anything on the ground. So, and I'm happy to do that.
Okay.
We just bought it.
We did get a question from Kelly Sweeney down south in Twin Lakes. There is a problem with drainage on County Road 26 in Gordon Acres. Kelly, I know you're having connection problems, but if you can hear me, there's a plan to look that over and make sure where that drainage is coming from first, because it's not a normal drainage onto that road. It's been leaking there for several years, but I'm not sure that's not a septic problem. So we need to get that figured out.
Thanks, Michael. I can hear you. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah, I can.
They also came up with another solution that's pretty simple that I can tell you offline.
Okay,
But I think they've checked and it's groundwater, but I defer to you to do your investigation too.
okay. I just don't want to dump that onto somebody's property without knowing what it is.
Right, right.
But we will take a look at it. Anyone else?
What's the year that we can go for looking into a chipper for the landfill
Probably starting next year.
next year?
Oh, boy.
We'll talk about that offline.
Sounds
Hey,
good.
Michael, this is Kayla.
Uh-huh.
Do you have a report of the quality of our roads from the third party that we engaged with last year? Is that something that you are going to present to us, or is that something that you're using in your planning process?
Yeah, I'm using it in the planning process. I actually got the final result this week. And they will be setting up a meeting with the commissioners to do the whole presentation, to go through it step by step and let you know where we're at.
Okay, wonderful.
You want to cover the list?
do that offline. Amber, if you want to go over some of that, that's fine, or we can do it offline.
Okay, it's all really small stuff, so I don't know that anybody here needs to hear that. So you and I can just touch base
Yeah.
separately. Cool.
All right, if there's no more questions, I guess we could end the meeting then. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Michael. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Michael.